Game setup and game play. We're not going to do the entire game. We're going to give you just enough to give you a flavor of how the game works.
Right. We have a more detailed and more awesome in our gameplay and walkthrough coming up, but we feel like too much time has gone by without saying, oh, by the way,
we've got
the game you bought.
Give you something. So let me run through some of this pretty quick. We have our Cove cards. This actually forms the board. We have Kitty Corner. This is the center of the board. This is your spinner, if you will. This card never gets moved. Acts of Desperation. This is what lies within Kitty Corner. If a player starts his turn on this card, he has to go into the boogeyman's house and pull one of these cards. And finally, we have the option cards. This is what's divided amongst all the players. This is the pulse of the game. When these cards are gone, the player is gone.
Right. Okay. So first thing you'll do is, of course, shuffle everything up well, and then you will deal out the option cards equally among all players. In a 3-player game, one player will have one less option card than everyone else, but this does not give a strategic advantage to any one person. Although when we play with Rick, we like to make sure he gets one less because f*** Rick more. Cul-de-sac cards are Cove cards that you cannot move at any point and that trigger an automatic action whenever you start your turn there. The only cul-de-sac card you get with the base is Kitty Corner, which is the boogeyman's house. Does this mean in the future we may get more cul-de-sac cards?
Probably not.
Jesse's lazy, so I doubt it. Once you set that up in the middle in front of everybody, the youngest player, who will be going first, will take the top 4 Cove cards and place them at each one of the corners of Kitty Corners. And you can do so randomly, or he can choose where he wants to place them. It doesn't matter. Next, you place your orphan wherever you want to start. You can both share a space, or you can have a separate own space. And if you want to, yes, you can start at Kitty Corner if you're that brave and or that stupid. So he took the alley, which says that cards cannot be stolen from your hand. I'm going to take the woods, which says that you may not be moved by another player. Now, you will set up the Acts of Desperation. Make sure these are shuffled up really, really well so you don't know where the boogeyman is in there. And then you place them face down, side by side so they all show. You don't have to do it in this layout. It's just a layout we normally choose because it's easy just for presentations, but it could be like that if you wanted, as long as they're all up, face down, that is, like so. And now the final thing before you can start is everyone takes 2 cards from their options deck to make their option hand. So now, as we said before, the general rule of thumb is the youngest person, although when we play, we like to say the more attractive person will go first. In both cases, that is me, so I will start the game. Each person's turn consists of 3 phases: the move phase, the play phase, and the draw phase. Move, play, draw. An easy way to remember that is MPD, or Monsters Prefer Donuts to Bagels, because donuts are sweet and tasty and bagels are overall dry and disgusting.
Or you could just remember, move, play, draw.
Yeah, I like my way better. So the move phase. In the move phase, you can choose to move your orphan up to 2 spaces. But this is completely and totally an optional phase. If you like where you are better, you can decide not to move at all. I like the woods. There are no option cards in my hands that give me an advantage if I were to move someplace else. So I am going to stay where I am and skip my optional move phase. Which brings us to the play phase, which is where you can play the options that you have in your hand that you so choose to play. This is also an optional phase. If you don't have anything that you can play, or you feel like you want to wait and hopefully build up a combo or something, you can skip this phase. Same thing, I don't have anything in my hand that is an advantage to me or in some way harmful to Jesse, so I'm going to skip my play phase, which brings me to the third and final phase, the draw phase. And the draw phase is 100% totally and completely mandatory. You must do the draw phase.
This means Opie has to draw 2 cards, either from his option deck or while they last from the Cove.
If the draw phase comes up and you do not have option cards to pull from, then your game is over. Your orphan is lost, the boogeyman has won, and you are what we like to call a loser. So I can choose to take both my options from the option deck, or while there are some left, I can take them both from the Cove deck, or, as I'm going to do, I can choose to take 1 from the Cove and 1 from the option. So I'll take the first option card here. Excellent. and the Cove card, which gives me the Town. Town says that at the start of your turn, you may look at the top card of another player's deck. I like that one. I'm going to put that one next to me. Quick word on Cove placement. You can take Cove cards and place them anywhere that you want, usually to give yourself an advantage or put it closer to someone else if you've got a reason you want them to be there. The only thing you can't do with Cove placement is let it touch two corners at the same time, like so. They always have to be end to end. And so ends my turn, and begins Jesse's useless and futile moves.
I do the same 3 phases. Number 1, my move phase. I know what cards I have, so I know I'd like to stay there. So I'm going to skip that phase. My second is the play phase. I, unlike Cooper, am not going to weenie out and skip this phase. I am going to play a perfect card. This one's called Lost. What this allows me to do is play it, and all players, Opie, who are in the woods or hills must discard all the cards from their hand. Who's in the woods or hills? Hey, Opie's in the woods or the hills. This means unless Opie has a card to stop this,
which I do not.
This means Opie has to discard all the cards that are in his hand.
Whenever you're forced to discard cards from your deck and or your hand, you place them face down, as opposed to face up when you play a card. So discard, face down, play, face up. Why? Because when you play it, of course, you have to let everyone see what card you played. When you're forced to discard, you put them down because I don't want Jesse to know which cards I had in my hand. After you've played it a few times, you know which cards there are and how many of each there are, and that becomes an advantage. So discard, face down, play, face up.
Okay, this is still my play phase. I do not have anything else to play that would be useful, so I am now done with that. So I go to my mandatory draw phase. Because I only have 1, I want to give myself more options, which I just did, but I have to draw 2, so I'm going to also draw a Cove card. Open field. During your draw phase, you may draw 1 or 2 of your cards from another player's deck. This is a great card. I'm going to stick that right next to me, thus ending my turn.
I couldn't make it there if I wanted to, because in my move phase I can only move up till 2. I have no option cards, so I don't know whether I need to be someplace or not. So I am going to go ahead, stay where I'm at, skip my move phase, and go to my play phase. Oh wait, I have nothing to play because he's an asshole. So that means I have to skip directly to my draw phase. Because it's early in the game and I really need something that I can do, I'm going to take the risk and draw both my options cards for my 2 cards. There we go, and it's on you.
Brings back to my turn. Move phase. I think I am still going to remain there. So I'm going to skip that phase. I am going to now go to my play phase. Got nothing. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to draw 1 from here. Hills cannot be stolen from your deck. I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to say my second draw. Okay, now I'm going to get options here.
All right, my turn. Move phase. I'm going to stay where I am because I'll let you look at this. Both my option cards are playable if I'm in the woods, so I'm going to stay where I am. And now it's the play phase. I'm going to play this card here, one of my favorites. This is called Out of Reach. It says that if you are in the woods, you may take the bottom 4 cards from your discard pile and shuffle them back into your options deck. And coincidentally, I have exactly 4 option cards here.
That puts that card back into circulation.
So I'm going to shuffle these up, and as the card says, place them at the bottom of my options pile. Bob's your uncle, I'm back in this game. So we have jumped ahead through the magic of editing into the latter parts of the game to show you some more aspects of Endangered Orphans. So it is my turn. While you were magically gone, Jesse had a very good run of luck and has taken most of my options from me. I only have 2 options left, meaning that this turn, it's my turn, is the last chance I'll have to draw options. My next turn after that, if I don't either get to kitty corner and get lucky and get more cards or play some aspects that will give me more options, my turn is over. So I'm kind of in panic mode right now.
That's weird, because I have seems like a lot of option cards.
Right. So move phase. I need to get to kitty corner as quickly as I can. I'm too far away to get there with my up to 2 moves, but still I need to be as close as I can. Hopefully some miracle will happen, I can get there. So I'm going to use my 2 and move to the alley, 1 away from kitty corner. Now it is my play phase, and I'm going to play Swept Away. Swept Away says that anyone in a creek or beach must discard all cards in their hand. Get a little revenge on Jesse there.
So what I'm going to do is to play the infamous Cat on a Lamp. So I play this down here, and that card, unless he could rebuttal this, is dead.
Right, so to be clear, a Cattle Lamp is one of a few cards that have a red outline around the frame, and these are defense cards. Defense cards either let you block specific actions or block general actions. Cat and Lamp is one of the more powerful ones because it blocks anything that just happens.
So I am not going to drown in a creek or a beach.
Right, and I just wasted my option card and I can't do anything to him, but it's still my play phase and I still have some other options. So I have a card here called Warning. Warning says I can move any pawn up to 3 spaces. That means I can move myself, which I'm going to do right now up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Put myself on the Cove card, beach with Jesse, which probably means he knows what's coming. I have in my hand here No Friend of Mine. And No Friend of Mine says if I'm sharing a space with another player, I can take up to 3 cards from his hand. I'm hoping that he does not have another defense card.
I just played my Cat and a Lamp, so I'm pretty much
so I get
there.
to take these 3 cards from his hand, and they're now my options card. But it's still my play phase, so I can keep on playing. So I'm going to see if I got anything useful from Jesse. And in fact, first of all, I took a Detour card. A Detour card is an options card that acts as a Cove card. What it means is I can switch out this Detour for any Cove card. So I can move it to some place that is an advantage to me or a disadvantage to Jesse. Now I'll show you here, I also took from him the Out of Reach card, which we played earlier in the game. That's the one that says if I'm in the woods, I can shuffle my bottom cards back into my options card, which I desperately need. So I'm going to use the Detour card, swap it out for the woods.
Now you can place this card anywhere you want, so you should probably put it over here.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. No, I'm going to put it right next to me so that at the beginning of my next turn I can go there. He also gave me the Leave This Place card, which is another one that says move any player, so I can move myself, and if I wanted to, I could move me to Kitty Corner and hope to get more options cards. But because I have the Out of Reach cards, and I think that's the safer bet because I am, and this is true, I'm a boogeyman magnet, so I don't want to take that risk. I'm going to play this, Leave This Space card, and I'm going to move Jesse to Kitty Corner.
Because I have no cards in my hand, right. I am forced to start my turn.
Correct. My turn is over, so I'm going to draw my last 2 options cards, and now Jesse must visit the Acts of Desperation cards.
You can see here, we've already played or flipped 2 of these cards. This leaves a 1 out of 4 chance that I flip the boogeyman. I'm looking in here and...
Ken have not set this up. Jesse does not know where the boogeyman is. He's actually got a lot better luck with this.
Oh yeah, he'll pick him first time.
A fairly good player because I love poker and I love the statistics side of this thing. But most players who want to get me out send me to the corner.
I've already flipped these 2. I'm going to go and tell you where the boogeyman is not. Yes, and...
We are the champions of the Cove. We'll keep on fighting in your nose.
And just like that, I am gobbled up. Done and done.
Victory is mine. So ends yet another game of the Endangered Orphans of Condyle Cove. At this point, we would reshuffle and play again because it's that type of game. Just playable over and over and over again. But that is a basic overview of Endangered Orphans of Condyle Cove. It's long, it's boring. I don't understand why anyone would sit through it, but we appreciate you for doing so anyway. We didn't point this out. These are the early prototypes.
Temps, yeah.
The temp versions of the game mats that you guys unlocked. Good job on that. These are early designs. Jesse is doing them completely from...
Yeah, I would like these we never even brought up, we weren't going to bring up. These were going to be on the back of your instructions. And the reason I was going to bring them up is because I hate to put something on the box like, and game mats, and you realize you're cutting them out of paper.
Yeah.
So fortunately, these have, because of y'all, these are bumped up to the foam, the mouse pad type material. So anyway, I thought it's kind of cool.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to do some original art. We'll see if I get some time, but I'd like to do some original art that's not found on cards just for y'all. If y'all have any questions about the game, about the mechanics, about something we did, go ahead and put that in the comment below. We'll try to keep these comments just Q&A as opposed to the poems and the funness we're having on the comment section.
Right.
That way people can quickly browse through to see if somebody already asked this question. But yeah, we'll try to get to an answer as soon as we can. So.
All right. Thanks for being with us. Again, thanks for all the support. Power to the Orphans. Kick Rick Starter forever. Jesse is awesome.
BlowMeRick.com.
Yeah, go there. And this is a horrible thing. We're not going to sign off like that. So we should probably do something clever to end this, right?
Good luck with that. So.
Bye.